She walked out of the bedroom wearing a dress I had never seen before. Deep red, cut too high, paired with heels she hadn't touched in years. I muted the TV and watched quietly. Silence was the only dignity I had left. She adjusted her earrings in the hallway mirror, studying herself like I wasn't even in the room. "I'm going on a date," she said casually. Then she smiled. "Try not to be jealous." No argument, no explanation, just keys in her hand and ice clinking in her glass like mockery. I didn't ask where she was going or who she was seeing. I simply watched the door close. Only then did I stand up. Slowly, like my body suddenly weighed twice as much. She forgot her phone charger. She didn't forget her perfume. I poured myself a glass of the wine she'd been saving and sat at the kitchen table, not to drink, but to think. That's when her tablet lit up on the counter. Synced. Again. Photos appeared first. Cropped bodies, hotel sheets, reflections in mirrors that weren't ours. Then audio files, laughing, whispering, her voice soft and careless. "He doesn't know," she said in one of them. "He thinks I'm at book club. Poor thing." Something inside me didn't explode. It folded, permanently. I didn't confront her. I planned. I found her journal. A date circled. A hotel name. A time. I saved everything. Printed everything. Organized it like evidence. Because that's what it was. Then I called her mother and confirmed the family dinner scheduled for that same night. She came home every evening that week acting normal. Smiling. Kissing my cheek. Asking about my day. I played my role perfectly. Meanwhile, I quietly separated our finances, spoke to an advisor, and made sure nothing could be twisted later. The night before her date, I slipped an envelope under the hotel room door. Inside were copies of everything: messages, photos, transcripts, and a note, "You're invited. RSVP not required." The next evening, she left wearing that same red dress. Didn't look back. I arrived at the restaurant alone. Her parents, sisters, everyone was already there. They asked where she was. I told them she'd be late. 10 minutes later, I placed envelopes in front of each of them. When she walked in and saw me, the color drained from her face. She laughed at first, tried to make it a joke, but laughter dies quickly when truth is printed in black ink. Then I showed her the photo from the hotel elevator camera. Time-stamped. Undeniable. That was when panic replaced confidence. But I wasn't finished. I played the recording she'd never heard. Her lover's voice, drunk, cruel, mocking her. Admitting it started as a game, calling her disposable. The room went silent. I stood up and left before anyone could stop me. Later that night, I sent her one final link, a private video, recorded months earlier from a small camera she never noticed. Her words, her laughter, her contempt. She called. I didn't answer. She texted. I replied with 2 words: "Check Dropbox." Everything was there. She came to my door days later holding my old journal, trying to explain herself, trying to rewrite the story. I didn't let her. Before she left, she handed me a USB drive, said it was insurance. What I found on it changed everything. He had recorded others, not just her, women who were scared, vulnerable, silent. That's when this stopped being about betrayal. I contacted my brother, a lawyer. We turned everything over quietly, correctly. He was arrested weeks later. The divorce was simple. She asked for nothing. Months passed. I moved. I healed. I rebuilt a life that felt quiet but honest. One day in a bookstore, I met someone new. We talked about nothing important, and that was everything. For the first time in years, my life felt peaceful, and I finally understood something I wish I'd known earlier. Being quiet doesn't mean being weak. Sometimes it just means you're paying attention.